Hey, this is Tim, and it happened again this year. In fact, it happens pretty much every single year. I got a call from a friend who's a band director, and he's at day 7 of his band camp, and one of his design people didn't come through. Something happened, and this usually very reliable person did not get what he needed to him. So, unfortunately, he's at day 7, and he has 40 measures of drum music. Well, some years it's the end of band camp and somebody calls me and their drill writer has sent them nothing, or has sent them 2 pages, or they're sitting there waiting by the fax machine, back in the day anyway. So here's the thing. Life happens. We know that things happen. Life blows up sometimes around us. But if we're a designer, we owe it to our clients to pick up the phone and give them a call. Okay, and this is hard because I've been in this position before where all of a sudden all my schedules got messed up. Something happened in my life. I just couldn't help it. But what I finally convinced myself to do, although it was difficult, human nature says don't. You'll figure out a way to make it work. But what I did was I picked up the phone and I called him and I said, hey, I'm not going to make this deadline, I promised. Here's why. I'm really sorry. I'm going to do what I can to make it good. The thing is, if you're a band director, because I was a band director for 10 years, you just need information. You need to know how to respond. So if my drill writer calls me at the beginning of the summer and says, you know what, my life has blown up, this happened, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to be able to do your drill, or I'm going to be really late, or whatever, then you have information you can react. Because if you know 6 weeks before band camp that you can fix a problem, then you can fix it, and you can make it work. But if you don't call them and don't let them know because you're afraid of the confrontation, or you're embarrassed, or you don't want to lose a client or whatever, well then this just makes us all look bad and it puts people in a terrible position. So here's the thing. We all need to do the hard thing. If something happens in your life, blows up, be honest. Tell people as soon as possible, I'm not going to make my deadline, or I can no longer help you, or if this has happened, I'm so sorry. Let me help you by finding a friend that can do this work for you. Like, we all know people that can step in and do it, because every time this has happened, sometimes I've sat down and wrote someone's drill at the last minute, or I've found someone that could. There's people out there that can help. So if life blows up, pick up the phone. Make the difficult call. Let people know. Band directors will appreciate it. You will have a better reputation because, our whole activity is built on relationships. And I know that my clients, if I've worked with them for many years, then something happens one year and I miss a deadline, they'll understand. I've been upfront about it. I've tried to make it right as best I could. I never let that happen again if at all possible. So keep your relationships solid. Be honest and upfront with people. It's hard. It's against our human nature to do it. Do it. Be upfront. Make the call. Let people know.
Have a question for a roundtable talk, or have a suggestion for a podcast topic or guest? Go to marchingroundtable.com and click here on feedback, or here on Ask Tim a Question. Don't forget you can always find podcasts on topics that interest you by searching in our podcast archives. And when you go to YouTube to watch a Roundtable Talk video, make sure and subscribe so you never miss a single episode of Roundtable Talk.